What's up, guys? I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator, back on my own channel this time. Great to see people out in the daily races recognise me on the track, so huge shout out to you guys. Always good to see. That's enough self-indulgence for the moment. Let's get to some racing. Daily race C this week is Fuji Group 3. And we're going to start from the back of, well, I tried to start from the back of the grid, but I didn't really think I set a lap time by mistake, but I was on the medium tyres, so my lap time is not representative. So we're going to start in the Corvette. The Corvette should be a very strong race car. Only a few hours before this race, I set some lap times in the Lamborghini Huracan on my main account and got, I think it was about 60th in EMEA. It's a really difficult car to drive. I may have a video coming up explaining how to tame that McLaren, I don't know what I'm talking about. That Lamborghini is a very difficult car to drive, but can be very, very rewarding. So into turn one, they feel bunched up a little bit, but we're all good there. Starting in 15th position. I thought it was 17th, but I don't know what's going on. So yeah, we all run wide through this corner, so the tyres aren't up to temperature for that left-hander, so be aware of that in your race. And we all ran wide. I backed off the throttle. I didn't get a penalty, so that's good. Getting a penalty here is quite hurtful down the main straight. And so we've got the Lamborghini, the yellow Lamborghini, looming large in the mirrors and looking very threatening. I know that Lamborghini is blindingly fast over one lap, but the tyres they don't last much more than 3 laps, so he's going to start to fade away, but into the braking zone, into the hairpin, and he's going to throw it around the outside and do me. He's absolutely pulled my pants down and pulled a blinding move around the outside. So Nico, super tramp, fantastic move. Let me know, guys, what you think of that move in the comments below. This race isn't really following the script I had in my head. I was supposed to be racing forwards here, but that Lamborghini just made me like an absolute fool doing around the outside. So we're going to try and hang it on the outside into the final corner, and it's not going to work here now. We're going to try and get the cut back, get a better drive out the corner. We know the Corvette we're in has good top speed, and we're in the slipstream, so it looks like we're clear from behind, no threats, so we can put this move unchallenged on the Lamborghini. We're going to pull out. He's going to squeeze us to the pit wall, but that's not quite going to work out. We are side by side now, so it looks like we have this move done. We've just got to nail our braking points, get the car stopped and to the apex. And there's a driver ahead now, Adam, who recognises in the post lobby chat. Huge shout out to you. Yeah, we're just going to follow behind now. We did clear that Lamborghini into the first corner. By now, that Lamborghini's tyres are going to be suffering. A little bit wide from Adam ahead. Is that going to allow us to catch up? We're going to try and maybe get a cut back into the next corner, run out wide, trying to get a narrow exit. It's not really going to work out for us. Maybe in the dirty air. The Corvette isn't that strong through that final corner. Through that sweeping corner, 100R I believe, but we did get a good drive out of that corner here, and we're going to be side by side with Adam. Peugeot RCZ. Are we going to get the overspeed now? We're going to run out of room. We're almost going to collect the cones, but we do manage to get the car stopped. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside of Adam now, and that did work out for us. Excellent driving there, bit of respectful driving there. Adam did back out that one, it looked like, but we are now closing down the Peugeot ahead. Bit of overswaz there because things are getting very busy. Sector 3 in Fuji. Oh, it's kicking off now. My voice is going. Sector 3 in Fuji is very difficult. It's actually superb to race with. Many lines are possible. Some of them compromise corner entries, some of them compromise corner exit, but we've managed to survive that sequence of corners and come out on top. 13th position now. Reserve driver's doing pretty good. We just about have the slipstream from the car ahead, I believe, and we are starting to close in. It's a Peugeot RCZ, so we do have the top speed advantage. Are we going to get alongside into brakes? We've got a huge closing speed. We're going to get onto the brakes, and we're going to sail right past the corner. Big mistake there. I kind of got blindsided with the braking marker, but we do survive that one. We didn't lose too much time, but we do need to be closing these guys down. This race, medium tyres and soft tyres are both available. Both are required, and tyre wear is very high in this race. So we're going to start on the medium tyres, the slower of the 2 tyres available, and switch to the soft tyres to finish the race off. So hopefully we'll be able to make some progress at the end of the race, but we are starting to close in other drivers now. This Corvette is a superb car to drive. I remember my first race in the Corvette really was with a new Race Asylum livery. and it was versus Super GT around Sardinia. That was actually a fantastic race. Video of that is on my channel, and huge mistake from a driver ahead there. He's got a reset. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's certainly played to our advantage. 12th position now, penalty for a driver ahead, and we are closing into the back of people through this Fuji sector 3. We're looking to compromise our corner entry to get a good corner exit, because that's what we need to be doing down the main straight. So we're going to hang it really, really wide, take a very late apex and drive onto the main straight now. And we've got a good drive out the corner. We should be firmly in the slipstream of the car ahead. Penalty for another driver ahead. That's going to become problematic. We're going to go to the outside of the Corvette. Now we're going to switch to the inside. We're going to switch to the inside. The inside is the place to be, so we can make 2 for 1 down the main straight. Are we going to hit the braking point into turn 1? And we do get on the brakes nicely, trying to get the car stopped. We do slow the car down and get the car rotated, collect a cone on corner exit, but that's fantastic news for us. Up to 10th position, 2 for 1 down the main straight there. Looking forward now, we're trying to close in the Portuguese driver. I'm going to clip that corner nicely, not run too wide. There's a huge curb glitch there that you can really suffer from if you've got a bit of side load on the car. We're now trying to close in through this long 100 right hand corner, and we're actually under threat from the Spanish driver behind in another Corvette. So I think that was the guy who had the penalty on the main straight. So yeah, looking in the mirror now, he is looming very large. Looking on the radar as well to the bottom right hand side, is he going to try and throw it down the inside on the brakes? We get on the brakes reasonably early, but he's there and his car just appears, but it runs with the outside of the track. I'm not quite so pleased with that, and then in turn we end up running someone else off the track. So I don't mind someone throwing it down the inside, that's no problem for me. A bit of contact on the apex, all good. But if you're on my inside, you know we're still side by side, just leave a bit of room on the outside. Unfortunate there, I got run onto the grass, but clearly that Spanish driver is fast. Looks like rank 2 within the lobby, so he's certainly got some pace. Now hopefully we're going to try and get on the back of him and use, I think we've dropped out of slipstream range. That's not ideal for us. We've found ourselves a bit lonely now down the main straight for the 4th time to complete lap number 4, start lap number 5, and actually it's kicking off ahead now. There's some battling going on, so these guys are going to start to trip each other up, which should allow me to close back in now. Looking at the leaderboard, I think we're at 13 seconds away from the overall lead of the race. I think that gap has been maintained for the majority of the race. We'll see how that plays out as the race goes on. Personal best lap time for me in sector 1. Can we close down these drivers ahead? Looks like the Spanish driver's already got through on the car ahead. So yeah, that Spanish driver has a lot of pace. I'm just wondering if maybe he pitted early, or I don't quite know, but he's certainly got pace. I'm not sure what tyres he's on either, but we have closed that gap on the Portuguese driver ahead. He's in the Aston Martin. Another good choice for the car for the race. Now I think we don't want to look to the inside on the braking zone here, but there is some battling kicking off ahead, and we're starting to get very much into a 4 or 5 car freight train now through sector 3. Let's see how this one plays out. It looks like the Corvette's going to go to the inside of the Mercedes ahead, which is going to become the outside. He's actually made that pass happen. So maybe that British driver in the Mercedes is suffering on tyres. We're on the medium, so I think this is going to be a pit lap for us. Maybe we can make the softs last to the end of the race with a pit now. Should we pit or should we not? I'm not quite sure what to do here. I do decide to pit, then everyone else pits, and I go into the pits as well. And I don't know what I would have been best to do there, guys. Whether I should have stayed out, used the clean air, or just get the undercut with these soft tyres, who knows. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should have gone 1 lap longer on those medium tyres. Also, check out the Race Asylum YouTube channel, Race Asylum Discord. All those links will be in the description below. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Now all that stuff is done, we can get back to racing, and we're going to exit the pits in 14th position. Same order as what we went into the pits with, and the driver ahead actually switched to medium tyres, the British driver in that Mercedes, so we need to clear him as soon as we can. He was on the alternate strategy, so we've got myself and the Portuguese driver looking for a way past, and this is going to be very difficult, and we need to clear this driver as soon as we can, but obviously clear him cleanly. So he's going to maybe be suffering with traction. Side by side they go, exiting that corner, and we're going to be going into the hairpin braking zone. This is going to be very difficult, in a very difficult situation here. Is it going to become 3 wide into the braking zone? It looks like it might be. Are we going to hang on the outside? Side by side at the corner, and the Portuguese driver looks like he's had contact. Both drivers make a mistake, which leaves me clear. Worked out perfectly for me, but yeah, contact, never nice to see. But it looks like we now have a new target ahead. Well, it's actually the target of the Spanish driver from before. Let's see what we can do now. We do have these brand new soft tyres, 6 laps still to go in the race, and there are other pit stops happening. Drivers that have gone 1 lap longer on the medium tyres, or drivers that are switching from the soft tyres to the medium tyres to finish the race. So down the main straight now for the 6th time to complete the 6th lap. The driver in the pits there, how's this one going to play out? A couple of drivers now, we're currently in 8th position, but I don't think the game's fully worked out who's where depending on pits. And exiting the pits we have an Aston Martin. Are we going to get side by side on the brakes? Is this one going to work out? He's going to be on cold tyres exiting the pits. Just a little bit of room on the outside, barely, but he does get that move done. And ranked 3 within the lobby, looking like that British driver. So we're going to be 9th position now. And already that British driver looks like he's got pace. Very fast in that Aston Martin. His his tyres will be 1 lap newer than mine. And this is going to be difficult to try and hang on to. So we're going to try and use the slipstream, hopefully just to drag us along. Skipping forwards now, we didn't really close the gap on the Aston Martin, but we did start to close in the gap to the leaders. So things are starting to hot up now. A lot of battling going on ahead, and there'll be a lot of mismatch on the tyres and strategy. So it looks like there's a car out of position going into the left-hand kink, and is that going to be wide from a couple of drivers? Wide from Muzz. We know Muzz from before. We're going to try and sneak to the inside. That's not quite going to work out. We're going to make contact, so we're going to be back out of that one. And we all survive for that one there, and we're going to try and hang it around the outside of Muzz on this one. Not going to work out that time, but Muzz has got a great drive out of that corner. He's done the Aston Martin there of the Italian driver. We're going to switch to the inside now. We're going to run out of space there, and hopefully when I get on the brakes we're going to have enough power to stop the car. It looks like the tyres are okay, not too much dirt on the tyres, but now we've got the Italian driver to try and clear. It looks like he's suffering with tyres. Maybe that's on the medium tyres, who knows, but we do have a pace advantage over this Italian driver, and we need to try and make this move happen as quick as we can. Drivers ahead are starting to gap us, and we get a bit of swaz on the corner there. Our tyres are starting to wear as well. Pushing the soft tyres for 6 or 7 laps is going to be quite difficult. So wide from Muzz, we've got to run on the Italian driver. We've got a bit of a decision here. We need to try and get both cars past. So we're going to give our favour to the Italian driver, bump draft him just enough to be able to clear Muzz, and then now we're going to clear the Italian driver. We're going to get 2 for 1 on the main straight again now. Muzz is now into our slipstream, looking now to spot the braking point, get on the brakes, down through the gearbox, trying to get the car stopped into the apex. A little bit deep from ourselves, but we do survive that one, and we are free, and we're up into 6th position. It looks like Muzz also snuck through there, so I think that's worked out pretty good for both of us, and we need to now look forward to see if there's any more positions we can gain. It's only 6 seconds to the leader. It's likely that they'll be on the medium tyres, so we'll see how this one plays out. We're currently in 6th position, the official position of Super GT. Skipping forwards now to the closing stages of this race. We did manage to bring the gap down to the leaders to 4 seconds, and a bit of battling ahead, and certainly in Fuji Sector 3, last lap of the race. Will we have any fireworks, and will we be able to sneak an extra position as we start to go through this sector? It looks like everything's all good for everyone so far. No misbehaving going on. That fast Spanish driver seems to have been progressing well, but he's not really made an impression on 4th position. He's going to go for a wide corner entrance for a really good corner exit, drive to the finish line, and I think that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be how we're going to finish. We are clear behind, and we're going to bring home in 6th position. Let me know if you enjoyed this race. I really enjoyed driving it. Fuji is one of the hardest tracks to drive, Sector 3 especially. It's very difficult, but it allows some really interesting and fantastic racing. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments below. Check out the description for all the links to all the good stuff that I always talk about, and we'll catch you in the next one.